Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome into GizTube. It is your host, Dirt and Nadia. And you may be wondering what GizTube is. Well,
what is GizTube?
I don't really know.
Well, we're all going to find out together.
But what I do know is that on GizTube, we're going to be going through every single show from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards 2024 United States and Canada tour and giving you our concert review and show superlatives from every single show.
Woo! Let's do it.
So thanks for being here. Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, first show on August 15th, 2024, which just happens to be my birthday.
Woo!
I was not at the show.
That would have been a great birthday gift if we had gone to.
Yeah.
I should have thought
Why
of
didn't
that.
you give me that birthday gift? You could have gotten me King Giz tickets.
Maybe I'll make it up for you this year on August 15th. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see. Anyways, we are starting out with their first show of the tour in Washington, D.C. at the Anthem. And they freaking brought it for this night one of this tour.
Dirt, let's pull up the set list. I mean, look at the way they started this tour. Dripping Tap, Iron Lung, like just starting with those two songs.
They could have stopped the show after that.
They were ready to go.
It was really insane. Like, when do you ever get a Dripping Tap, Iron Lung back to back? Not to mention later they got the River, you get a Motor Spirits. Yeah. So we're going to get into some of our show superlatives with myself and Nadia here, and we'd love to hear what you think at the end of it. So first off, Nadia, let's get into our first superlative, which is the top songs from this show.
So it's impossible for us to choose just one song, so we go with top three. And now these are in no particular order, just your top three songs of the night. All right, so my top three songs for this show were Ice 5, The River, and Iron Lung. Okay,
wow.
The Ice 5 into The River transition was sick. I loved it. The River, this version of The River was just, you never know what kind of river you're gonna get. This one was rockin'. It was sick. Loved it. And Iron Lung, I mean, that's just in my top 5 all-time Giz songs, so hard to ever pick against Iron Lung.
That is very true. I mean, Iron Lung is the top song, just of all time. But anyways, I tried to go with 3 different songs from this show. Didn't pick some of the heavy hitters like Dripping Tap, Iron Lung, The River can always be up there. I went with Evil Death Roll. I thought the jam in this one was awesome. They always typically jam during this song, and this one really stuck out to me. I also had Ice 5 on there, like you did.
So good.
So good. This is an awesome Ice 5. Ice 5, we didn't even mention that in the set list. They get an Ice 5 as well. On top of an Iron Lung, a Dripping Tap, a River. And then for my last song, I had The Fourth Color. I really liked this. They did kind of like a bluesy jam in the middle of it. I had never heard this before, so I was really surprised by it. And I just loved how they took that song to another level with that. So those were my top songs.
Did you love how they didn't finish The Fourth Color, though?
I was okay with it because the jam satisfied me from The Fourth Color.
It was a cool bluesy jam, unique, and nothing I had ever seen or heard before.
Yeah,
so
but I mean, overall, any of the songs on that set list could have been top songs. It was a truly rockin' set list. Okay, moving on to our next show superlative. After top songs, we have pee song. What song would you go pee in?
Yeah, what song would you go pee during the show? This is always going to be, I think, one of the hardest ones for me to pick as well. I don't know. I just pick Supercell. Why not? Just so I can be in the bathroom being like, Soup for sale! So I just thought that'd be a cool moment for me, to go to the bathroom and be like, Soup for sale.
Is that what everyone in the bathrooms would be doing? Is just pumping their fists to Supercell?
Yeah, we would all be doing it together.
Okay.
So it's a bonding experience for me and the other people in the crowd.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, for my pee song, I had Sad Pilot. Not saying the song was bad or anything. I just think out of all the songs I saw on the set list, that's the one I would probably choose to go pee during.
All right, Sad Pilot. Don't cry while you're using the restroom.
Yep, don't. Okay, next up, we have the best moment from the show. Nadia, what would you say is the best moment?
For my best moment for the this show, Dirt, I chose like a musical moment, okay? So sometimes the best moment is, you know, like a unique thing that happens in the show. But for this show, I chose a musical moment, and I kind of mentioned it in my top 3. But that Ice 5 to River transition was just awesome. Like, those were 2, that is probably my favorite Ice 5 version I think I've ever heard up to this point. Ooh. And that River, yeah, it was rocking, and just the transition between the 2, like, it was just non-stop, groovy, rocking. Like, it was just, oof, I wish I could have been there. It seemed like an awesome moment. And yeah, I think that moment when you realize, oh, we're transitioning out of Ice 5 and transitioning into the River, that's the moment I'm talking about, where you're just...
Okay, I didn't have a great moment from this one, and actually, I think some people would consider it not the best moment, but I thought it was a funny moment and very King Giz. When they started Crumbling Castle, Stu absolutely fucks up. And they're like laughing about it, and I think that's part of just why we love this band. They are loose, they are free, they are having fun. It's like we are just in a jam session, like if they're in their studio. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes you get some hiccups, and yeah, they hadn't played a tour in a while, so this is understandable. But overall, I think that is a great moment with King Giz. Whether they mess up or not, the song is still awesome, the show is awesome, and we love this band. So moving on to our next one, we have the best banter of the night.
All right, so I think this banter came in right before Antarctica, right before they played
Which was a live debut this time as well.
Yes, so they're about to play Antarctica for their live debut, and A&B says it's his cuttlefish, talking about Cookie talking about there being a polar bear in Antarctica.
Right.
A&B calls it out as it's his cuttlefish, and I just love that. I think it's so funny. I love the story behind A&B and the cuttlefish line. You know, kind of going with the mess up thing. It's like, yeah, that's, I guess, a mess up. I don't know. But like, you're just like, it's funny. Let's just go with it.
Anyways, my best banter from the show is right before Supercell, and I don't really understand the reference or what Stu is referring to, but he goes, this song's about orange juice.
Okay, this song's about orange juice.
And then they play Supercell. So... don't know what that is referring to, but it is pretty
funny. Maybe we'll have to look it up. I don't know.
Moving on to our next show superlative from this night 1 of the tour, we have best dressed of the band members.
So, night 1, best dressed, you know, I gotta give it to Lukey in that red jumpsuit. He is crushing it on stage, rocking the red jumpsuit. Definitely makes me want one. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
he makes it look good.
We need some jumpsuits. I mean, we have these awesome bootleg Giz shirts that I just absolutely love. But yeah, a good red jumpsuit would be pretty well. I thought for night 1, in terms of attire, that the Giz boys were dressed pretty plain.
Yes, there was no wow factor.
Yes, they were letting the music do the talking more than their attire. But I think I gave it to Cavs with his Las Vegas shirt that at least had some kind of logo on it. Literally, Ambi, Stu, Joey, and Cookie were all just like in plain, just muted color t-shirts.
You know, it's not about the outfits with them, okay?
It's not.
It's really not, and it shouldn't be.
But sometimes it is. You'll see shows where you can tell one member kind of wore that specifically, or like had a reason. So night 1, they let the music do the talking. That's fine. It was still amazing. Next up, we have our favorite segment of the show. What is Cookie drinking?
So irrelevant.
What was Cookie drinking in this show?
So it was hard to see, hard to catch sometimes, but I do believe that Cookie was drinking an ice cold Modelo.
Ooh, Dirt, I bet you love that.
I
do. Just love Modelos.
I do love some Modelos. So Cookie, cheers, man. Next up, we have the MVP of this show.
My most valuable band member from this show is Cookie. And here's why.
Let's go, Cookie.
We had the Antarctica live debut, and I know Cookie doesn't obviously sing that whole song, but I don't know. He's got some vocals. He's got lots of key part, like on the keys. I just feel like that's a big song for him. So I'm gonna give it to Cookie for busting out that live debut. In Washington, D.C.
Yes, I would give it the cookie as well. I kind of went a different route with this one. Since this is night one, and since our whole YouTube channel is based on being able to stream every show live, which is amazing that the band did this. They just stream every show for free live on YouTube, and you can go back and watch them with the studio mixes. That's insane. Has a band ever done that before? King Giz is breaking boundaries. Anyways, I am giving the MVP and a huge thank you to the people of Heaps Keen Films, which is Alan and Jackson. That is the filmmakers, the streamers that are touring with King Giz that are able to like put on all these live streams for them. So I want to give a big thank you and MVP vote for both of those guys. Go check them out. Heaps Keen Films. We'll put the links in the description, but they are the ones responsible for streaming and bringing all these Giz concerts straight to your living room. So thank you so much. It is an honor to be able to get to just watch all these and like virtually go on tour with the band. So truly, those are my MVPs for this show and honestly for the rest of the tour. Lastly, we have our overall show ranking. Night one, Washington, D.C. We already talked about how insane the set list is. According to KGLW.net, the fans gave this show a 4.36.
Okay.
I assume that's out of 5. It does not say that anywhere that I can see.
It would not make sense any way else if it wasn't out of 5. That's all I'm going to say. There's no way it's a 4.36 out of 10.
And maybe it's out of 2.
Maybe it's out of 4.
It could be out of 4. I'm thinking it's out of 5. So yeah, the fans voted on KGLW.net that it was a 4.36. But Nadia, what would your show ranking of this night one be?
Man, that 4.36, I get it. Like it makes sense, but I've got one that makes even more sense, I think.
Hit me with
my overall ranking for this show, 94 polar bears calling out my name.
Oh, shit!
I mean, I get the 4.36, but 94 polar bears calling out my name really, I think, nails.
I mean, that's a true ranking right there. 94 polar bears calling out your name.
Everyone understands it. Like, you get it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Yeah, way better than 4.36. 94 polar bears.
Dirt, what about you?
Well, my ranking, I love this show. It was incredible. As I said, with one of my favorite songs from the show was The Fourth Color with the bluesy jam. So I'm going to give this one a 5th color because they took it there. They took it there. As my show ranking is a 5th color.
The 5th color.
The 5th color.
They saw the fifth color. They
went beyond the 4th color and saw the 5th color.
Well, man, if this show got 94 polar bears calling out my name in the 5th color, I cannot wait to see what the rest of this tour brings.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going through every single show on this tour. We did attend a few of them in person, but we're watching them on their YouTube channel, live streaming them, and then giving you our concert reviews and our breakdowns right here. So if you want to journey along with us, it would be awesome.
Come on.
We would love to know what your show superlatives are and what your concert review was for this show. Were you at the show in person? Did you attend night one of this tour? Did you travel with them the whole tour? Can't wait to hear. Yeah, goals. Seriously, goals. We'll get there eventually. Anyways, this is Dirt and Nadia. Thank you for coming along. Thank you, Heaps Keen Films and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Woo! Peace out.
We'll see you next time.